My grandfather, Reuven Yaakov HaKohen, Allah Shalom, and I were very close. I was zoche to have the name of his father, Hillel Yosef, given to me, and I cherish that.
I remember how enthusiastic he was and how important he felt it was to have his grandfather, a Holocaust survivor, come and speak to the children of the school. It was important for his daughters and for the students in the school to understand that we're not just involved in studies for ourselves and in Limud HaTorah for ourselves, but we are continuing a tradition that came to us with unbelievable Mesiras Nefesh from the generations before.
Walking in the streets of New York by cheters, and he would say, you know, Hitler, you might have killed off my family, but yet we survived and we won, and here's the proof. As I put my tefillin on daily and I think about my arm that doesn't have a number, I connect with him who does have a number on his arm. I think about him, what it meant to him to be a Jew.
I was very close to my grandfather. I used to go there every day after school. He was always a happy person, always a smile on his face. I remember when he passed away, a few people told me, when they saw me randomly, they said, you know, I just want to tell you something. I said, okay. They're like, you're Shlomo Silverberg's granddaughter. I said, yeah. He's like, I just want to say, the one thing that still sticks in my mind is your Zaidi smile.
Shlomo Silverberg was a businessman, Talmid Chacham, and he had tremendous derech eretz and kavod for Talmidei Chachamim. For a while, I was giving a shiur, and he would come to the shiur, and I was amazed at what a Talmid Chacham he was. And when I said the shiur, I knew I had to prepare the shiur well, because Reb Shlomo Silverberg will be there, and he won't let anything get by.
He was very proud of himself when he spoke about the Holocaust and spoke about growing up and the yeshivas he went to, and he never got like sad and depressed about it. And when they asked him why, he said, because look what I've made. Like, I've made my children, I have my grandchildren, and he didn't destroy me.
It is truly no wonder that they have been able to forge a wonderful family, because they both come from just wonderful background of people who care about others.
My mother worked at Cedars for over 30 years. People would come up to me and be like, your mother's so amazing, she really helped me out. And I always say to the people, what are you talking about? And they're telling me all these things. And my mom was very quiet, but she was always there to help people. And I definitely feel like that was one of my purposes, that I definitely try to help in a quiet way whoever I can.
The Kamionskis will seek out things to do for other people. And you can call them at 2 o'clock in the morning, they will be there for you without hesitation. And they make you feel comfortable, and they're just role models.
I've always had a calling for community, and it's something that's important to me. I see it through the embodiment of my grandparents and through my parents. My grandfather gave up all of his time in his older age to help people. I remember going to the Banquet in Borough Park, where he had an office, and people would stand online for hours just to receive a check from him, a bracha from him, and just the amount of hours he put into each individual, listening to them, caring about the problems. And you know, this is the embodiment of the Jewish people. We have a responsibility to take care of our neighbor and take care of our community.
Hillel and I had a friend who was going through a bit of a tough time. And Hillel every day would call me and say, we have to help this person out. There's got to be something we could do. And I told him, look, you know, maybe we should give him some space. And Hillel said, no, he needs us. And you know, slowly but surely, we were able to connect with this person, and things really turned around. And it was in large part thanks to just Hillel's perseverance and just not giving up and always wanting to do good and help others.
I always said in my time when I have children, I want to try to be involved. I'm lucky enough to be able to be involved, and I'm on the PTA, and I love helping out and, you know, doing things for the teachers, doing things for the students, for the school. It gives me energy. It's our hope and my goal to raise my children with that mindset of, you know, we need to continue on carrying the Masorah of our grandparents who went through such hardships, and they still were able to raise from children, from grandchildren who are trying to live in the way that they learned from them.
And when looking for a school, our first qualification was who's going to be able to cherish that Masorah and pass it down the way it was passed down to us. For us, Aurelio was the only choice. There's so many reasons. You walk around the school and you just see happiness. Kids are smiling. You see the teachers are so enthusiastic about their learning. The mantra of Aurelio is Chanoch Lenor Al Pi Darko. And what that means is that every child has the ability to fill his full potential. However, without boxing a child into some over-the-counter Jewish education. And that's really important to us.
If I'd have to describe Sabrina and her family in 2 words, I would say good people.
I really want my kids to just be good people, good and caring people, and just care about others and be sensitive to people and try to carry on that easy word of good and caring and carry it on to their children.
The experience that we have with Aurelio is, besides being very much on par with the other schools as far as academics are concerned, they stand out with their very refined midos, the way they conduct themselves with their eretz. It's really a Kiddush Hashem. It's really a schus for the community to have a school like Aurelio.
It wasn't easy for the Kamionskis to accept this award. They're very private people, and to say the least, they weren't anxious for the publicity that's involved. What finally convinced them to do it was the bracha that they received from the Rosh Yeshiva of the Philadelphia Yeshiva, Rosh Kamionski Shlita. And my bracha to them is all those words of chizuk and his promise of hatzlacha in ruchnius and in gashmius, and that accepting this award is a segula against ayin hara, that all of those things that the Rosh Yeshiva promised them should be mekuyim b'mheira v'yomeinu amen.